Nice of you to come here, and it was a great pleasure to meet all of you last night, and to meet and talk to some of you at the table. Rita and I established Lydbury English Centre in 1985, and gradually we've progressed over the years to now that we're a residential centre entirely for business and professional English. So our minimum age is 23, but in fact most of our students are in their 30s, 40s or early 50s. We work very largely to the corporate sector. We've got some big clients like Siemens and Michelin, but also some individual professional people. We work really in four ways. One is directly to the corporate clients. Secondly, we get some business directly from the internet. Thirdly, we work, we're members of various... That's quite all right. That's no problem. We are members of various international associations, so we network quite a lot with individual teachers who are working in companies, that sort of thing. And then increasingly with agents, such as yourselves. We've found that working with agents has changed very much over the years. When we started 25 years ago, agents generally weren't interested in the individual markets such as ourselves. They were more interested in groups. But we found, and I think it was reflected talking to you guys yesterday, that more and more agents are expanding into various different sectors. So more and more agents who before just dealt with, for example, summer groups, are now dealing with corporate clients and individual professional clients. So that really is our market. Intensive immersion courses, it's all residential, as I say, and the whole package. We pick the students up from the airport. Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool and then East Midlands are our nearest airports. Provide the whole package while we're here and then return them to the airport at the end. So they've got busy people, they've got no concerns about the details, and you as the agents who send them here would have no concerns. As I say, we're very small. We're only looking for about 300 student weeks a year. So that's 300 students for 1 week or one student for 300 weeks. So we're not looking, I mean, large numbers would be nice, but we're not looking for very big numbers. We much prefer to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students from each individual place. It makes sense because not only if one market dries up do we have another market to rely on, but also we try to have as much variety of background here as possible in terms of corporate culture, languages and national culture. So don't go away thinking, oh, I can never send them 20 students. We don't particularly want 20 students, but if each of you could send us 2 or 3 a year, that would be fantastic. The courses tend to be 1 or 2 weeks. We work in a combination of one-to-one and small group. As I was saying last night, the groups are not fixed. The groups can vary dependent on the need. So if, for example, we had 4 students here, these 2 might need to do telephoning, these 2 might need to do presentation skills, and these 2 might need to do negotiating. So we mix and match according to the needs of the students. In terms of level, we wouldn't put a complete beginner with a very advanced student, but on the other hand, most of our students are around the intermediate sort of level. And one of life's skills, we believe, is being able to communicate with people of slightly different language levels. There's no point in my going and saying, I can't negotiate with you because I'm intermediate and you're advanced. I mean, that's one of the functions that we build into the programme. We do a lot of work with the students before they arrive here to see what their needs are, because we realise that if they're only here for 1 or 2 weeks, we've got to take maximum advantage of the time that they're here. So we have a needs analysis procedure which we carry out before they arrive, and then a very detailed needs analysis on the first morning. We also look at the learning synergies. Some people are morning people, some people are afternoon people, some people learn by listening, some people learn by looking or by doing. So we take that very much into account. Rita will expand on that in a moment. And then a new initiative for this year is that we have a follow-up programme when people go back to their countries, either 3 hours, depending on the course profile, but either 3 hours by email or 2 hours by telephone at a mutually convenient time is included in the cost of the course. We find that a lot of our students, as I say, are very busy, so when they go back to their own countries, they tend to think, you know, when they leave here, they think, fantastic, it's been really great, I'm going to carry on. And of course they don't. They get back to their inbox has got 500, 700 emails or whatever, so we're trying to encourage them to keep the learning process going and to carry them over that sort of reintegration back in their normal life when they get back. When I say it's a total package, we've got 4 bedrooms here. We'll show you afterwards. They're all en suite. What I didn't say was we take 10 students in the centre to maximum, but we like to run around 5, 6 or 7. That's a lovely number. It gives us a sort of, once again, the balance of interests. Means we can devote a lot of individual care and attention to the students. So we've got 4 bedrooms here. Our next door neighbours have a double room en suite which is separate from the building, and that's also within the Wi-Fi network, so everybody's got internet access. We've got 3 ensuite rooms in the pub, and then 2 families in the village who will take our students very happily. We provide all meals during the week from Monday breakfast until Friday lunchtime. Breakfasts are held over in the main building, which you'll see. It's normally me that cooks them, so anything from toast and coffee up to a full English breakfast. Lunch is normally quite a light meal, and all our meals are tailored towards the sort of nationality of the students. So if we've got Italians, we'll have more pasta, etc. So lunch is quite a light meal. That's with the teachers, and sometimes Steph as well eats with the students at lunchtime. Then the evening meal is a more substantial meal at about 7 o'clock in the evening. Normally it's Rita and myself that have dinner with the students. Last night we were with you in Shrewsbury, so one of the couples, of the 2 couples that host students, they're very happy to come in. They're young, intelligent, retired people, and they find it very interesting to come in and have dinner with the students, have a nice free meal and interesting conversation. Wednesday lunchtime we take the students out to a local pub just to give them a break, and also to give our housekeeper Mandy a chance to go straight through for the day. So we have Mandy, who's our housekeeper, who prepares the menus and does the lunch, and then Chris, who's the evening cook, who comes in the evening. Friday we finish slightly early. Well, Wednesday afternoon we finish about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Friday the same. Some of our students like to leave on a Friday afternoon rather than a Saturday morning. Weekends we've got the small car here, the Corsa, which students can use to run around locally or go up to Chester or the Welsh coast. Or Annalisa, who's the one student we've got in this week. This is her 3rd week, and she's been to London on the train for the 2 weekends. We have an arrangement with a hotel in London to give quite cheap and reasonable rates. So students tend to arrive on the Sunday afternoon, evening, and leave on the Friday evening or the Saturday morning. The ideal course for us, course length for us, really is 2 weeks. We feel that really gives the students a lot of progress, and also gives them a weekend here where they can go out into the real world and use their English and see how it's improving. But some people can only come for a week. And we also do, you'll see in the brochure, a 9-day program where they arrive on a Friday evening. They do 4 hours on a Saturday morning, 4 hours on a Sunday morning, that's 1-to-1. Do the full week, and then 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and leave on the Sunday afternoon. So that has the advantage of almost 2 weeks training, but only 1 week away from their desk. We're going to give you we're going to show you around, then come back in here and we'll have some tea and coffee. We've got a little questionnaire we'd like you to fill in just with your contact details, but also to have a look at your needs. But could I just ask you to